There you go, darling. Don't you call me darling while smiling like that, sir! This is so sweet. You better not pull any shenanigans, or else I will hate you even more so than I do now. You're a dangerous little thing, aren't you? What did I tell you about them shenanigans?
Hey! Watch out!
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Esport David, and today I'd like to play a game called Survive Min. I don't like the way that title screen is looking at my goodies. My eyes are up here. I've been having trouble sleeping these past few weeks, hearing about the strange deaths, the neighborhood rumors, and whatever the heck keeps making those noises outside after 2 a.m. Now come on. It's made rest a little difficult to achieve lately, but now the neighborhood has gone weirdly quiet. No voices outside, no wandering footsteps, not even knocking near my windows. I stayed completely still in bed, suddenly very aware that all the noises that used to be outside sound much closer now.
I'm in danger!
Because tonight, it's coming from my room. I can't sleep. The words barely make it past my lips, a terrible attempt to ease my nerves. I stared up at the ceiling, the right side of the room, then my left. Nothing moved. It better not. The room sits heavy around me. The faint outline of furniture is exactly where it should be. Desk, chair, door, window. Everything is in place, and it better stay that way. Still, something feels off. I'm way too paranoid about this. You're the exact amount of paranoid about this. I slowly closed my eyes back shut. I should just sleep. Maybe I'll stop thinking about it if I... A voice suddenly speaks from somewhere beside my bed. You're really pretty when you sleep. How dare! Merde! I looked around in panic. Where the heck did that come from? The room is too dark for me to see him clearly. I could only make out the outline of someone sitting near me, sounding far too comfortable for someone who absolutely should not be in my room. Then the mattress sinks slightly. Oh, hi. I know you. You're my boyfriend, Mr. Crawling. Who are you? Silence. The thing in front of me just stares. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something cold touches the side of my neck. The last thing I hear is a quiet, unpleasant sound somewhere between a sigh and a growl. Bad question? Hey! Wait a minute. I just asked who you were. You aren't going to kill me because of this, are you? Death ending. Ignorance. I think you offended him. Oh, fine. Maybe I should call you Mr. Crawling. I know who you are. I know you. The figure pauses, the tension in the room shifting ever so slightly. If I sell it, maybe this can be a tomorrow me problem. Sorry, future me. That scared me. Oh? You do? My, what a lovely smile you have. Yeah, there's been rumors, around the neighborhood, and the noises and stuff. Wow, am I that famous? I mean, why wouldn't I be? Yep, all I've been hearing all week. Ha ha. Please work. Really? You know me so well. Oh, that worked? Phew. Is what I would say, if you were clever. Never mind. All hope is lost. I'm so dead. He just stared and smiled at me. Now, if you've been around my channel, you know that I usually enjoy fictionally creepy, ghost-like entities hanging around at the foot of my bed, but in this case, for some reason, this actually rustles my jimmies a bit. You're not very good at bluffing, are you? My stomach drops. No, I'm really not. I looked away. Most people would have started panicking by now. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something lightly brushes a strand of hair away from my face. Hey. Look at me. I'm looking. He sounded amused. Like heck I would, honestly, if I ignore him long enough. Aw, come on. Don't be rude. I've got really good visuals, you know. I mean, yes, you are very cute, but I am scared. I am scared, and I am defending myself. I can't be that repulsive to you, can I? He sighs. You're kinda stubborn, huh? Suddenly, a cold hand grabbed my face with rough force. Ah! Quit it! My eyes snapped back to him immediately. There you go, darling. Don't you call me darling while smiling like that, sir! That wasn't so hard, was it? This bastard! How dare he look so cute while strangling me? Apparently, this thing's solution to being ignored is brute force. He wasn't lying, though. The figure in front of me was pretty. Sharp features, dark hair falling loosely over his eyes, and skin pale enough to look like he just crawled out of his own grave. A little too pale. Yeah, what's up with that? Are you a zombie? If he smiled normally, he'd probably pass as a pretty cute guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't. The curve of his smile sits just a little too wide, and he's staring at me like he's pleased that I finally looked at him. It's so fluffing creepy. It's pretty creepy. Like the view? Stop! I can feel cold fingers slowly curl against my throat. Why do I have the feeling that if I say yes, he'd still kill me? You know what? I'm gonna lie and go, ew. Who the heck do you think you are? My face contorted in disgust. Get the fluff off me, you sick perv... I brashly shoved him off, or at least I tried to anyway. He doesn't move much. What? The funnel cakes. Hey, did you not hear me? Ew. For a second, he looked offended. Well, you should look offended. But that didn't exactly last long, until it quickly turned into some sick amusement. Wow. You have quite the mouth on you. Stop. For someone so fluffing tiny.
Hey, I'm only 5 foot nothing. I'll bite your ankles.
He scoffs. Then it tumbles into a fit of shameless cackling. What a butthole. Oh my gosh. It kinda just calls for it when a certain someone grabs my face uninvited. That seemed to amuse him even more. Stop being amused. A playful hum slips out from his voice. He's seriously getting on my nerves. So angry. He's all like, you mad, bro? Why you mad? Is there some sort of problem? I don't take kindly to strangers like you, even the cute ones. All right. I'll get off. Wait, that worked? That worked? Besides, I'm not a stranger. I'm mean. I mean. So, do you just stay indoors all day? Yes, what about it? Don't you have friends your age? No, what about it? Of course I do. That was a lie. Okay, then you definitely should have heard about me. What is this guy on about? I'm still surprised that I'm not dead after looking at him and going, ew. I've heard stories, but they don't usually involve the monster insulting my social life. Well, the stories are usually written by bystanders who have little to no information about me. It's a real tragedy, honestly. So, what's the local gossip? Am I a vengeful spirit? A demon? Oh, a super handsome Yandere serial killer cannibal that all the ladies fall for. How dare you call out both me and my audience? If it's the third one, I'm impressed. They mostly say you're something to avoid. Avoid? Wow, that is so boring. People are so pedestrian. He shifts his weight, sitting cross-legged on the mattress like he's about to start a sleepover gossip session, though his eyes still have that unsettling glow. Be honest, if I decided to actually bite you right now, would you give me a really loud, ugly screech? You're making me uncomfortable. Of course I am. I'm a great harasser. Was that an IDV reference? Plus, you look like you'd taste like... cookies. Cream. And what? Daddy issues. Shut up! You're insane and accurate. I'm not insane. I'm mean. Okay, that's enough. Oh, don't you start with dad jokes. That'll make you even more charming. Sorry. I'm just very excited to talk to you. This guy's starting to feel more like an annoyance than a threat. You know, killing is easy, but finding someone who actually stays awake long enough to be interesting, that's 1 in a trillion. Get out. Get out. No, don't. You're the 1 in my trillion. Get out! Oh, my fluffing god. It's as shrimple as that. I'll shove a shrimp in your mouth. I'll shove a shrimp in my mouth. We passing out shrimp. Stop talking about seafood. You're making me hungry. I'm trying to sleep. Right. Whatever. What's your deal anyway, aside from being a creep? He pauses. For a split second, the annoying know-it-all grin drops. He looks just tired. I just want someone to look at me and not run away immediately. It gets repetitive. You kill people because you're bored? Don't make it sound so depressing. You'd do the same if you were in my shoes. There's really not much to do when you're dead, you know.
There's a lot of things you could do when you're dead.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, how did you die? If you're so bored, then how did it happen? How did you die? Min stares at me for a long moment, his expression unreadable. Oh, the origin story question. How original. Well, if you must know, I was a tragic poet. I died of a broken heart under a weeping willow in the rain. Very romantic, right? That sounds like absolute bull hockey. Because it is. I hate him. Your Honor, I hate him. He's gone into my barn, he's picked up my goat, and he has run off with my goat. He has got my goat, and he is only going to rage bait me more. He lets out a sharp, barking laugh and leans back on his elbows, looking entirely too pleased with himself. Tragedy is for people who didn't have a choice in their ending. I, on the other hand, had a blast.
A blast? But you did.
And yet, I'm still living more than you. Shut! All right, that's fair. He sits up, his playful energy shifting into something sharper. He starts tracing a pattern on the bedsheets with a pale finger. It looks like he's drawing a jagged line. Let's just say, back in the 80s, people knew my name. They didn't just avoid me. They locked their doors, checked their closets, and prayed to gods they didn't believe in, just to say hi to tomorrow. That's pretty metal. That's a pretty sick line. You were a serial killer? All right, Jack the Ripper. That's way further back. Jack the Ripper's way older than the 80s, but I don't know, that's the first thing that came to mind. I was an artist whose medium happened to be terror, but people have such short memories these days. What happened to you? You slip on a banana peel? My actions bit back. Hard. Turns out, when you spend your life being the shark, eventually the ocean decides it's had enough of you. But that's all the lore you get for today.
Aww.
Spoilers, you know.
I guess I gotta make you really like me to get chapter 2.
He looks around your room with a mix of disdain and hunger. The headlines are gone. The fear has turned into campfire stories. It's insulting.
So, that's why you're here? Why you're still doing this?
I'm reclaiming my throne. I don't want your sympathy, darling. I want that look in your eyes.
What look? Back up!
Then maybe move a little bit closer again, because you're still pretty cute. He reaches out, tapping the tip of my nose with a finger that feels like ice. That look that says, you'll never, ever forget me.
Stop. You're just a narcissist.
Guilty as charged. But isn't a narcissist just someone who's right about how great they are? Besides, narcissist is such a clinical word. I prefer cocky a-hole who actually has the skills to back it up. He sighs, the tension in the room shifting from deadly back to uncomfortably casual as he stretches out on the mattress. Get off my bed. Anyway, enough about my glory days. They were fun. They were bloody. And they ended with a bang. Literally. He looks me up and down, his head tilting in that predatory, curious way again. But we have a problem. I'm bored and you're still alive. And I'm starting to think you're keeping secrets from me too.
I'm not keeping secrets.
Everyone has secrets. And I'm a very curious soul. So, tell me about yourself.
We're not on a date. What kind of first date question is that?
It's a perfectly normal question to ask.
Well, I mean, not for someone who's just barged into my room.
My God, what kind of dates have you been going on?
I don't go on much dates. If you say big surprise or no surprise there, I'm going to find a way to punch you.
So, what you mean is that you're single?
It's none of your business.
All right, fine. It's okay if you don't want to.
Is he going to stop trying to pry?
You don't have to, because I already know a lot about you.
What? What do you mean, you know a lot about me? We just met.
Every time he laughs, I get a chill in the back of my back. Oh, we just met, but I've been getting acquainted with your routine for quite some time now. For instance, you always double-check the front door lock, but you completely forgot about the window in the laundry room, and you make that adorable little face whenever you're reading something you don't like on your phone.
You've been watching me? Have you been watching me in the shower? Did you see my goodies?
Watching? You make me sound like a stalker.
You are a stalker.
I am simply learning about you. I even know that you tug onto your plushie in your sleep whenever you get nightmares. So cute.
I would say that's actually kind of sweet, because I've been desensitized by all these fictional Yanderes, but learn some manners, you creep. You're a disgusting creep. You need to learn some manners.
Min pauses. For a second, I think I've actually offended him. But then, a low, bubbling chuckle starts in his chest, growing into a full, melodic laugh that rings out through the cold room.
Learn some manners? Oh, darling, you are absolutely precious. He doesn't look insulted. He looks like a man who just found a $20 bill on the sidewalk. He leans forward, his eyes shimmering with a terrifying, playful light. You're talking to a man who turned an entire decade into a folk tale, and you're scolding me like a child who tracked mud on the carpet? I mean it! Get out of my house and take your dad jokes with you. Nah! He leans closer, moving with a fluid, predatory grace. He doesn't yell. He glides towards me, looking genuinely delighted. You better not throw a tantrum over this. I love this. I really do. Most people scream, or they pray, or they beg, but you try to discipline the monster in your bedroom. I mean, yeah. It's so refreshingly arrogant. I almost want to keep you. He reaches out, his hand cupping my cheek with an icy, mocking tenderness. But manners are important, aren't they? And it's quite rude to keep a guest waiting for the main event. Min, what are you... You don't tolerate tantrums? That's a shame. He gets on top of me. Sir! Pinning me down with a violent force. Sir! Ah! Because I don't either. Aw. Death ending. Brat taming. Bratted too close to the sun, huh? Oh, I could be worse. I could be much worse, especially when I'm this mad. Alright, maybe I should chill a little bit and stick to the point. You've been watching me this whole time? What a pervert. Min actually lets out a genuine bark of laughter, leaning back on his hands. He looks entirely too comfortable for a man who's in someone else's house. You've asked that twice now, darling. Don't you call me darling. What? Are you so hung up on the fact that you're being watched? I feel a flush of heat crawl up my neck, half embarrassment, half lingering terror. So what? You just hang out around the neighborhood? Sounds pretty lame. Sounds like you got no friends. Yeah, especially around your laundry drying outside. Min says it with a gleeful smile. He then reaches into the pocket of his pants, not with his hand, but with a shadowy tendril that sprouted from his back. You got shadowy tendrils? I love shadowy tendrils. Wait. Oh, me panties. It's a pair of my lace panties, the ones I thought I'd lost in the laundry weeks ago.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Your Honor, I have assembled the court to once again say, I hate him. I hate him so much. Where did you get that? He looks at me like I just said something stupid. Around your laundry drying outside. I don't hang up my drawers. You know, you should really be more careful where you leave your things lying around. If I hadn't taken this with me, some weird creep might have. You're the weird creep. He brings the fabric close to his face, closing his eyes for a brief second. Don't you whiff my, underpants. Is he sniffing it? Besides, they were just gathering dust. I'm giving them a much more appreciation-filled home. How dare you? You're looking at me like I committed a crime. Trust me, this is the least of the things you should be worrying about. You can say that again. So far, he seems to really like answering my questions. What do I ask him next? Well, both are valid questions, but, why are you here? What are you doing? Out of all the houses in this town, why did you pick mine? Because we're destined to meet by fate. I died due to a curse. All my afterlife I've been searching for the one person who can lift it. And you, my dear, have the blood of a shaman who has such power. That's why you're able to talk to an entity like me. What's that smell? It smells like bull hockey. I carefully think to myself after hearing his words. I do remember always being a little bit different growing up. Always thought I was schizophrenic for the things I could hear and see that no one else could. If this is the case, everything makes sense. Really? Is that true? Of course not, dumb apple. I pulled that out of my booty cheeks. Anyone with eyes would be able to see me if I show myself to them. Never mind. I guess I was schizophrenic. How did you pass away? Can we get that lore now? How did it happen? To you, I mean. How did you actually die? For a split second, the playfulness vanishes. His eyes go flat like old television glass when the power's cut. Ooh. I killed myself. What? He said it so casually. Did you blow yourself up? Did you, did you go to a fireworks factory or something? Why would he even do that? Why would a man who's this full of himself commit such an act? I mean, I guess it's the, only I can kill the coolest person in the world, and I don't know. It's probably something foolish. Every answer he gives me just brings up even more questions. Is there anything else I want to ask? Ask one more thing. Why do I have the feeling that he's not going to let me ask it? Okay, just one more thing. I need to know... What is it? What is your body made of? Yeah, what is it made of? Do you have flesh? Bones? Ink? Slime? Sugar, spice, everything nice, and a pinch of charm. That's a stupid answer. That's a stupid question. There's more I want to know. Do you eat humans? What other stuff do you eat? I can eat anything you can, but I like to stick to human meat. I specifically prefer unemployed girls who stay inside all day playing video games. Very tender. Shut up! How do you pick your victims? I'm starting to, feel worried about this line of questioning. How do you pick your victims? Just by preference or something more like... By how much they're able to annoy me. Then what about... with stupid questions like these? Uh-oh. Suddenly, his voice drops to an unsettling low. The world around me darkens, just as the face of the man sitting in front of me... Wait, did I do something wrong? I probably asked too many questions. Yeah. You ask too many questions. Death ending. Dead cat. Well, you know, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Next time, learn to keep your mouth shut. All right, fine. You know what? No more questions. No more questions. I swallow hard, my throat feeling dry and tight. I can tell I'm pushing his patience. I think that's enough questions for now. Min's grin returns, wider and more friendly than before, though it does nothing to settle my nerves. Good choice. I was starting to think I was back in school, and I always hated school. Hello? Is that just a full-blown conversation in the middle of my VN? Are your neighbors usually this loud? Conveniently. Always at 3 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep, yeah. Where the fluff did he go? Oh. What the funnel cake was that? What could that have been? Everything is so quiet. Where's Mean? Wait for him? Search for him? Well... Yeah, I guess we could see the fruits of what I assume is his labor. Let's go search for him. I should probably go look for him. Hey, buddy, I wouldn't go nowhere. Didn't I tell you to stay still? No? Did you? Did he? Just as quickly as he lunged, he's back to his original spot, laughing softly at my heart-shattering terror. You didn't say that, did he? Oh, you should see your face. Absolutely priceless. What? A booty hole. Hey, don't look at me like that. Come on, it was a little funny. You... whatever. What did you do to them, and what the fluff was that? The neighbors, I politely told them to stay quiet. Politely? Yeah, sure. What about the thing you did? The creepy face? Oh, this? Relax, it's just my Mandela catalog face. I really wanted to research what people find scary, and I stumbled upon... There he goes rambling. I haven't watched or read or listened to the Mandela catalogs yet because I'm scared. I tune out most of what he's talking about because I need time to recover from his DIY jump scare. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It's real cool. Oh, poor bunny. Did I scare you too much? I'm sorry. He's apologizing? You're adorable when you're scared, though. I'd like to do it more. No! Okay, and here I thought he actually felt bad. I like that look on your face. Min falls silent. The teasing glint in his eyes doesn't disappear, but it settles into something warmer. He looks at me, really looks at me, as if he's memorizing the way the moonlight hits my face. You know, darling. He reaches out. For the first time, he doesn't lunge or mock. His ghostly fingers hover just a fraction of an inch from my cheek. I can feel the static, a localized chill that makes the hair on my arm stand up. I haven't had this much fun talking to someone in, well, since the lights went out. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Coming from a serial killer? It's the highest praise I have. Most people, they're so predictable. They beg, they fight, they die, they break before the first act is even over. But you're still standing, still vivid. Your attention is fully on me. I like it. Stop! His hand moves to my hair, his fingers combing through the air around the strands. It's a gesture that feels terrifyingly possessive. It's nice to have an audience. I've always loved being admired. But that look of fear and curiosity in your eyes, to be witnessed by you. Min? I know that look. Don't get sentimental on me, darling. It ruins my brand. He leans in, his face inches from mine. His voice drops to a whisper that vibrates in my very bones. I don't want to lose you, especially not to myself. Huh? He stands up, the shadows around him beginning to swirl as if he's losing his grip on this reality. He looks towards the window. The night has gone for far too long. You should get some rest, darling. Make him stay? Let him leave? I'll make him stay later, but for now, alright, you can go. Thank you. Min stands perfectly still. The air in the room, which had been vibrating with his energy, suddenly goes flat and cold. Uh-oh. For a moment, I think I see a flicker of genuine hurt cross his face, but it's gone before I can be sure. Right. Of course. He walks towards the window, his form becoming more transparent with every step. The moonlight bleeds through the glass, making him look like a fading photograph. Will I see you again? Aw, did his face light up a little? No, I don't think you will. Aw. You're far too delicious, darling. If I stay, I fear I'll eventually want to devour you whole. And then he's gone, and writing stuff on my wall. The weight in the room lifts. The static in the air vanishes. I'm alone in my bedroom, with nothing but a small writing on the wall to prove he was ever here. Does it just say, "Don't eat"? Good ending. The witness. He left to keep you alive. You're the only person who truly knew him, and the only one he ever let go. Oh, now I feel kind of sad. Hey there, pre-recorded Esquire here, and may I have 30 seconds of your time. Want me to draw your OCs? Check out my Ko-fi page for art commissions as low as $20. Link in the description. Every week I post a Saturday update blog on both of my Patreons and now also my YouTube channel members. With behind-the-scenes stuff, upcoming games I want to play, life stuff, old lady stuff, and pictures of Daisy. Link in the description. Want to see the full uncensored versions of gameplays I can't show on this channel? Join my adult Patreon for the low price of $1 and being over the age of 18. And then do you yearn to wear merch of a super obscure free visual novel? Check out my TeePublic and Teespring t-shirt store. Descriptions are in link. Want to support my channel but you have no money? Hit the like button or subscribe. It's free. That's right, free. We're just giving it away. Check out my itch.io page. Play Picture Perfect Boyfriend. It's free. Link in the description. Alright, what if I try to be nice? What if I try to be flirty? Why do I have the feeling that's not going to work? Like The View? Well, I mean, yeah, I kind of do. Yes. His smile shifts slightly. Good. I was hoping you had taste. I can assure you, I most certainly do not. His fingers loosen, just a fraction. A thumb then brushes across my bottom lip. It was surprisingly gentle. Want to take a closer look? ... That's a funny way to say yeah. I swiftly looked away for a brief moment. Was my gawking that obvious? That's embarrassing. Slowly, I looked back at him. With slight hesitation, I nodded. The silence hung awkwardly, but still didn't move an inch. Is he tense? I scrunched my brows and tilted my head slightly in confusion. Darling, I need you to use your words, okay? I'm gonna ask you again. Would you like to take a closer look?
Yeah.
The word is a surrender. I can feel the mattress dip further as he shifts his body. He doesn't move away. Instead, he closes the distance until his pale face is all I can see. Hey, don't you want to touch me? Can I? Bold fluffer. His skin is cold, inhuman. Every movement is deliberate and cocky. He knows exactly what he's doing to me, and he's enjoying the power trip. So adorable. Hold on, let me make this full screen so I can get the full effect. I feel like I could just swallow you whole. The world shrinks to the size of this bed. The rustle of the sheets and the feeling of him looming over me becomes everything. I forget that he broke into my room. I forget that he just threatened to devour me. I feel chosen, which is exactly what he wants. I'm gonna die, y'all. Later, the adrenaline begins to settle. He's still on top of me. The intimacy from moments ago has evaporated into a sudden jarring chill. Did I just get laid? What happened? What year is this? Suddenly, my body feels heavy. My heart rate slows to a crawl, and a numb sensation spreads from my chest to my limbs. What's happening? Oh wait, are you gonna turn me into a ghost too? He stares me down. His face is a mask of darkness. You really are a darling, you know that? So sweet, so incredibly easy to read. I try to push him off, but I can't even lift my hands. Uh-oh. My vision starts to blur into static. I'd stay and chat, but you're starting to look a little pale. He leans down, his lips brushing against my ear as my eyes begin to close for the last time. Don't be too trusting of strangers. Death ending. Stranger danger. Well, Yeah. You just couldn't keep it in your pants, could you? No. Like the view? What if I say, I'm not sure. Not really yes, not really ill. Just, what am I looking at here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Get out. Get out. Even though I genuinely do like dad jokes. I'm sorry. You're not sorry. You're not sorry. Sigh. That sigh, that was from the narrator. I mean... So that's his name. You're dead. And that's sad, I guess. I'm so sorry. My condolences to yourself. I understand what it's like. You understand? You, a living, breathing human with a heartbeat and a future, think you get what it's like? I'm centuries old. You've barely lived. You don't have an inkling of how I feel. Well, I may not, but being stuck in a loop, feeling invisible, it's lonely. I know what it's like to just want someone to notice you're there. I'm sorry you had to go through that alone, Min. The air in the room shifts. The sharp, mocking pressure of his presence seems to deflate. He looks away, his shoulders slumped. You're remarkably persistent with that kindness, aren't you? It's almost annoying. He shifts closer, stopping just a few inches away, his cold hand resting palm up on the duvet between us. I wasn't always this thing. I had a life, a real one. I had a sister who used to wait for me by the gate every evening. The last thing I remember is the cold, waiting for someone to come home, but the house stayed dark. Reach out to him? Is this a trap? Oh, it's okay, serial killer, ghosty man. I hesitate and slowly place my hand on his cheek. He doesn't pull away. His skin feels like ice, but that gaze, he's pleading. No, I'm just a restless ghost. A name whispered to scare children. Do you know how it feels to be forgotten while you're still standing right there? It's okay now, Min. I'm here. I see you, and now you're stuck with me. He looks up, and for a moment, his eyes look almost watery, human, vulnerable. You really mean it? You wouldn't just leave like the others? I promise. That's a ghost promise right there. He lets out a shaky breath and leans forward, resting his forehead against my shoulder. The movement is so fragile it makes my heart ache. The movement is so fragile it makes my chest ache. I find myself wrapping an arm around him, pulling this monster into a protective embrace. He feels so small like this. You don't have to be the monster with me. A long silence follows. I can feel him trembling against me. I close my eyes, thinking I've actually reached him, thinking I've saved us both. Then the trembling changes. It's not a sob, it's a rhythmic, low-frequency vibration. He's vibrating with laughter.
Psych!
He pulls back, his head snapping up. The tears are gone, replaced by a manic, diamond-bright glint of pure malice. Oh my god. I actually can't believe it. A sister? A gate? What gate? A gate to the heavens? You know what? I try to be nice. I'm calling the Ghostbusters. Men, what are you... You said, I promise, like a protagonist in a bad romance novel. Wait. Stop. No, I knew it. I knew it. You know what? You had me. I'll admit you had me. You had me. You got me. You got my goat. You got me. You had me. But I just knew it. He claps his hands together, his laughter bouncing off the walls. He looks at me with pure, unadulterated disgust. I knew you were a bit slow, but that was a masterclass in stupidity. You must have never met anyone who's nice before. What, do you want to be my YN that badly? Shut up. Did you really think some power of friendship speech was going to fix a century of rot?
Shut up.
He's probably like, I bet your name is like Hope in French or something. What a nerd. His expression sours, stretching into a wide, jagged grin that looks painful. Ah. Speaking of century, I lied. I died in 1984. Before I can move, he lunges. Ah! He doesn't just pin me. He slams me back into the headboard with enough force to make my teeth rattle. Ow! I told you. I kill because I'm bored, and watching you melt into a puddle of sympathy was the most entertaining thing I've seen in decades. His hands lock around my throat.
Men, please.
Why? You gave me your heart on a silver platter, darling. It would be rude not to take a bite.
What?
He leans down, his teeth barring in a jagged, hungry grin right against my ear. His voice is a cold, final caress. Tender hearts like yours are so much more delicious. Death ending. Easy prey. Well, let that be a lesson to you girls. Never be nice. Ever. Ever! In a land of monsters, a kind soul is simply just dinner. Ever. Well, fine. What if I call you a has-been? So you're just a has-been, huh? A has-been? That's not very nice. I'm not being nice. Ever. Be careful. I might just come by another night to pluck your tongue out in your sleep. Try it. Try it. Try it. He sighs, the tension in the room shifting from deadly back to uncomfortably casual as he stretches out on the mattress. Oh yeah, I also didn't say, is that why you're so annoying? Annoying? But you love it, don't you? I mean, why else are you still here talking to me? Alright, he has a point. He has a point. Tell me about yourself. There's nothing to tell. There's nothing really noteworthy about me to tell. Except that we're up to 54,000 subscribers. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Hype the video. YouTuber banter that I'm supposed to be putting in the middle of my videos. Really? Not even your favorite color? Your hobbies? Your MBTI? I really love MBTI, actually. I think the last time I took that test, I'm an INFP. A lot of people use the 16P site to determine their MBTI type, which is so annoying because it's not accurate at all. You're actually supposed to look at your cognitive function. What a nerd. What the fluff is he talking about? Is that the site that I used? He just keeps rambling. That's kind of cute, actually. He's such a nerd. He's such a chatterbox. And that's why I'm actually an ENTP. Sorry for the ramble. You're not sorry. What about you, my dear? All right, fine. It's okay if you don't want to. Is he going to stop trying to pry? Probably not. You don't have to, because I already know a lot about you. Oh yeah, I know all about how you cling to fictional characters because reality failed you to the point of depression, so you immerse yourself in stories as a means of escape and maladaptive daydreaming. Shut your mouth. I even know that you tug onto your plushie in your sleep whenever you get nightmares. So cute. It's actually kind of cute. It's kind of sweet. You've been paying that much attention to me? Honestly, it's kind of sweet. It's totally not the reason why I like Yanderes. Nobody really notices the little things I do. Min freezes. For a second, the room is deathly silent. Oh, you think I'm sweet? He lets out a soft, airy chuckle that vibrates in the back of his throat. He leans in so close, I can feel the unnatural stillness of his breath. You really are a special kind of creature, aren't you? Most people start crying or looking for a heavy object to hit me with. But you're practically thanking me for the surveillance. I just think it's nice to be noticed. You're so adorable. You make it so hard for me to hold back. So abruptly, he travels down and buries his face into my neck. His breath brushed against my skin oh so gently. Cold. He shifts his position, climbing on top of me as he pins my body down to the bed. Sir!
What are you...
I like you a lot, darling. It's not very often I meet people who appreciate my art.
His art? Is he talking about his stalking? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that could be a kind of hobby.
The canvas may be stained with blood, but that's where the beauty lies, no?
He's talking about his murders. Oh, the murders. Why is he suddenly getting poetic?
I'm very fascinated by you, darling.
Don't say that while making that face, please. Is he going to kill me?
Is he going to lick me? Oh, no!
Oh, no. That's terrible.
I was too occupied with my thoughts. I didn't realize he had taken his shirt off. Are we going to involve those inky tentacles of yours, my good sir?
Anyway.
As his shirt hits the floor, my heart does a frantic, uneven dance against my ribs. It's not just fear, it's a terrifying rush of adrenaline. He looks perfect, in an almost uncanny way that makes my head swim. I mean, this is one of those, oh my god, kind of things. I am looking disrespectfully because you do not deserve my respect, sir. I know what he is. I know what he's done. But as he leans over me, his eyes locked onto mine with an intensity that made me want to give in.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
What's bothering your mind, dear? You've been quiet for a very long time.
I'm looking at your tippies.
Before I can answer, he lets out a soft chuckle. I know you want this just as much as I do. Editor Espoir? Are you going to need to censor or cut out some things in the future? Alright, thank you for being on standby. So, how about we stop beating around the bush? He traces his fingers down my chest with such gentleness, I almost forgot this man was a killer. Your skin, so soft, blank, just like a canvas would be.
My skin is not a canvas, sir.
Oh, how I would love to place my marks all over it. What do you say? May I create a masterpiece out of you?
That depends of what your art medium would be, sir. No, get off me.
I scramble back, hitting the headboard, but he's faster. He pins my wrist to the mattress with a strength that feels like iron clamps. Aha, you're a feisty one, aren't you? I never intended to give you a choice. He ignores my protests, his weight crushing me into the bed. The playful mask is gone, replaced by the raw, terrifying hunger of a man who hasn't felt a pulse in decades. He leans down, his teeth grazing my neck, not in a kiss, but in a threat. I'm shaking, my vision blurring with tears and exhaustion, until my strength finally begins to fall. My protests turn into broken, wet gasps, and that's how he knows he's won.
You've won the battle, but you have not won the war.
Rude!
You really thought you could escape this, didn't you? I told you, I'm a killer. Everything else, it's just the appetizer.
He leans in for one last passionate kiss.
I appreciate the flattery, but I'm still a man.
Rude. Death ending. Deflowering. He took everything you had to give, and then he took the rest. What a butt. I tell you, what a rude specter. Now, he said that he's not going to give me a choice, but what if I humor him and go, yeah, sure, I nod slowly, my heart hammering against my ribs. There's a strange, hypnotic pull to him, a danger that feels like a drug. He smiles, a soft, almost genuine-looking expression as he pulls me down into the pillows.
Good choice, darling. You taste so much better when you're willing.
For a moment, it's almost like a dream. His touch is icy, but the way he looks at me is so focused, so intense, that I actually feel alive. For the first time in years, someone is looking at me like I'm the only thing in the world. Oh, if it weren't for that previous scene, this would seem sweet. He whispers sweet words against my skin, and I find myself wanting to believe them. And that's when I feel his hands leave my waist. They don't move to hold me. They move to my throat. Oh, come on! Really?
You really thought you could escape this, didn't you? I told you. I'm a killer. Everything else, this is just the appetizer.
Rude. Oh yeah, there's still a bunch of questions we can go back and ask. You're not getting off the hook that easily, Minnie. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? If you're not going to kill me, what's the point of all this? I assure you, he is going to kill you.
What do I want? I want a front row seat. You're like a flickering light of entertainment in a very dark room, and I've always been a fan of the show.
Why don't you just watch TV or something? Are you calling me a clown? Do I amuse you?
Yes.
Can other people see you? Yeah, can anyone else see you? Or is it just me? He throws his head back and laughs, the sound echoing unnaturally, as if it's coming from the walls themselves.
Oh, they could see me if I wanted them to, but why would I share the spotlight? I'm very selective about my audience. Most people are too boring to waste my good looks on. You should be honored. You're the only one getting the private screening.
You see this? You see this right here? This is my last nerve. And take a guess who's on top of it. You know, maybe I'll wait here. Maybe I'll wait here instead of going to search for him, because apparently he told me to wait here, but I don't remember that. I should probably just wait here. I'm scared. Why is it getting darker? Man. If you jump scare me, I swear to goodness, I will find a way to punch you. Computer, tell me how to punch a ghost in the stomach. Just as quickly as he lunged, he's back in his original spot, laughing softly at my heart-shattering terror. I just wanna give a great big thanks to Editor Me in the future for that jump scare warning that thankfully you, my audience, who I care very much about, get, but I do not get. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, you should see your face. Absolutely priceless.
What? A booty hole.
Hey, don't look at me like that. Come on, it was a little funny.
You... That's it, jail. Jail for men, 1 million years dungeon for men. I tune out most of what he's talking about, because I need time to recover from his DIY jump scare. Pretty cool, right? Let's see. Last time I went, yes, it's cool. I could say, yeah, that was cool. But no, I'm gonna be honest and go, no, it wasn't. Haha, no. Please keep it away from me. I'll make sure to do it more often. Noted. What the fun? What if I go, yeah, that was super cool. You should totally do that more often. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool that you can just do that on command. I knew you'd like it. I've seen your internet history. You watch a lot of horror stuff. You've seen my what now? You have not. He stands up, the shadows around him beginning to swirl as if he's losing his grip on this reality. He looks towards the window. The night has gone for far too long. You should get some rest, darling. Aw, don't leave. I'll make you stay. I'll make you stay here forever. You think you're leaving? No. You're going to be my little pet, and I'll love you and squeeze you to itsy-bitsy pieces. Make him stay. Wait, don't go. Stay. I don't want to be alone. The shadows in the room freeze. Min stops mid-flicker, his back to me. For a long silent moment, I think I've made a mistake. Then he slowly turns, a look of genuine stunned disbelief on his face. You're serious? You're actually asking a monster to spend the night? Yeah, we could tell you stories. You really must have the survival instincts of a goldfish. Have you seen my channel? Taunt and tease me all you want, but my decision has been made. He chuckles, but it's a soft, breathy sound, no mockery left in it. He moves back towards the bed, the air around him humming with a low melodic vibration. What is it that you're alluding to, darling? I reach for the hem of his shirt and begin to undress him, as though I was peeling away his layers. Like onions. The man flinched momentarily, but quickly regained his demeanor. How terribly bold. Still not running? You really are a glutton for punishment. I'm a glutton for that vitamin D! I reach out, my fingers trembling. I touch his chest. He feels like ice and velvet. Slowly, I move my hand up, to his tibbies, towards his jaw, towards the face that has spent the night mocking and terrifying me. The moment my fingers brush his skin, Min flinches. It's a purely animalistic reaction. From behind his back, a dark, shadowy tendril lashes out, wrapping firmly around my wrist and pulling my hand away from his face. Aw. Don't. But. His voice isn't cocky now. It's jagged, rough. He looks away, his teeth clenched. Aw, 'cause he said he has to leave, or he'll kill me, and now I asked him to stay, so I don't have a feeling that I'm gonna make it out of this one. Min, it's okay. Let me. I'm right here. I don't pull away. I keep my gaze steady on his, softening my voice until it's just a whisper. I can feel the tendril around my wrist trembling, its grip loosening as his panic fades into a shaky, uncertain surrender. The shadow retreats, melting back into his form. He slowly turns his face back to mine, looking at me with an expression of raw vulnerability that hurts to witness. I cup his cheek. This time, he doesn't pull away. Instead, he leans into my palm, letting out a long, shuddering breath. He lifts his own hand, placing his cold, long fingers over mine, pressing my hand harder against his face, as if he's afraid I'll disappear if he lets go. This is so sweet. You better not pull any shenanigans, or else I will hate you even more so than I do now. You're a dangerous little thing, aren't you? Why did I tell you about them shenanigans? What have you turned me into? I'm gonna turn you into husband material. He closes his eyes, his thumb stroking the back of my hand, leading his face into it. Min's hand is still pressed against mine, but the warmth, if you could call it that, begins to sharpen. The silver veins in his skin pulse faster, glowing with a hungry, frantic light. You're so soft, so warm. It's almost a waste to let all that life just sit there, to let time rot it away eventually. He kisses my palm, his teeth grazing the skin just hard enough to leave a mark. His eyes are dark, swirling with a desperate possessive need. I want you, darling. Not just for tonight. Not just for as long as your heart decides to beat. I want to devour you. I want to take every drop of that life, every ounce of that spirit, and pull it into me. You'd be part of me. I'll be gentle, I promise. It'll be the last thing you ever feel, and the best. Just say yes. Tell me you're mine to take. You know what? No. I want to live. No, Min, stop. I want to live. I want to be with you, but not like that. Please, don't do this. The air in the room instantly curdles. The low hum of his presence turns into a high-pitched screeching static. Ow! Min's face contorts, the vulnerability from moments ago twisting to a mask of pure, unadulterated anxiety. No. He lets out a jagged, hysterical laugh, his form flickering wildly, shadows lashing out from his back like dying wings. Ah! Sick! It's very cool! You want to live? Out there? Away from me? Where you'll grow old? Where someone else might look at you? Where you'll eventually leave me behind in this dust? I won't let you.
Well, I'm sorry to upset you.
He lounges. There's no devil-may-care attitude left. This is a predator realized. His hands pin my shoulders to the mattress with the strength of iron, and for the first time, I see his jaw unhinge, just slightly too wide. Oh no!
Min, please, we can talk about this. We can totally work something out.
He doesn't listen. He's a storm of teeth and cold, dark hunger. He leans down to my throat, not for a kiss, but for a claim. The pain is sharp, hot, and then suddenly, terrifyingly cold. I can feel him, not just his body, but his hunger tearing into me. It's visceral. It's the sound of wet skin ripping, the metallic tang of copper filling the air. He's sobbing even as he does it, a horrific, wet sound against my skin. Mine. You're mine. If I can't have you alive, I'll keep you inside me forever. My vision starts to spot. The room is fading into gray. The last thing I feel is the crushing weight of his embrace and the terrifying sensation of being swallowed by the dark. I think that could have gone better. Bad ending. Consumed by love. His fear of losing you outweighed his sanity. You are now his. Every drop, every bone, every breath, forever held in a stomach of shadows. Okay, Minnie Mouse. Listen, we're gonna have to arrange some things. We're gonna have to move some things around. We're gonna have to set some boundaries. But yeah, all right. Let's see if we can do this together. Go on, take me. Why do I feel like I'm going to instantly regret this? Yes, take me. If this is the only way to be yours, then do it. The world seems to tilt. Min's breath is cold, non-existent, yet somehow hitches in his throat. The shadows that were lashing out in a frenzy suddenly go still, dropping to the floor like heavy velvet. You'd really let me? He leans down, his face inches from mine. I can see the flicker of hope in his eyes, a ghost of when he was just a man. But the red hunger is still there, pulsing in time with the silver veins on his neck. You're not lying. You're not stalling. You're actually giving yourself to me.
I trust you, Min, more than I'm afraid of you.
He lets out a sound that is half laugh, half sob. He crawls over me, his weight feeling like a literal shadow, heavy, cold, and inescapable. His hands, usually so restless and mocking, settle firmly against my wrists, pinning them to the pillow. But he isn't squeezing. He's holding. I've wanted to hear those words for decades. He lowers his head, his lips grazing the sensitive skin of my throat. It's an agonizingly slow crawl towards the end. Every touch feels like a static shock. I feel his jaw unhinge. The cold air of his inside hitting my skin, the sharp point of his teeth pressing against my pulse. One more second, one more breath, and I'll be gone. I close my eyes. I don't fight. I don't even tremble. The pressure of his teeth increases. Then stops. A drop of something cold hits my collarbone. Oh, is he crying? Then another. I open my eyes confused, only to see Min staring down at me, his face contorted in a way that looks like he's being torn apart from the inside. No. He recoils, scrambling backwards across the bed as if I've just burnt him. He hits the headboard, his chest heaving with phantom breaths. What is wrong with you? That's what I've been asking myself ever since I started this YouTube channel. Why didn't you scream? Why did you look at me like...
Min,
You were gonna let me destroy the only thing that actually matters. I was going to swallow you. I was going to be alone again. But this time, it would have been my fault. He covers his face with his hands, his long ghostly fingers shaking. I can't do it. I can't turn you into a witness who can't speak back. He looks up at me, his eyes wide and drowning in a very human grief. I love the way you move too much. I love the way you talk back to me too much. I think I've accidentally become the one who belongs to you.
Min, Minnie Pooh, Minnie Mouse.
Before I can utter a word, Min melts into my arms, burying his face in my chest. He stays there for a long time, his forehead pressed against the back of my hand. The frantic energy in the room has died down into a low, steady, thrum-like purr. The frantic energy in the room has died down into a low, steady thrum, like the purr of a massive cat.
Min, it's okay. I'm still here.
He doesn't look up, but I feel his grip tighten slightly, not with the iron strength from before, but with a desperate, anchoring need. I don't deserve the light you're giving me, darling, but I think I'm too selfish to let go of it now. Slowly, the adrenaline begins to drain from my body, replaced by a heavy, soul-deep exhaustion. I sink back into the pillows, and I feel him follow. As my eyes flutter shut, the last thing I feel is the sensation of ghostly fingers tracing the line of my jaw, light as a feather and twice as careful. True ending. Domesticated. Huh. I guess you did manage to keep the dog on a leash.
Oh! How lovely!
I wake up with my head spinning. My vision is hazy, and there's a persistent dizziness behind my eyes. Probably a lingering side effect of nearly being eaten by a cannibalistic serial killer entity thing.
Min?
I scan the room. The chair is empty. The shadows are gone. For a terrifying second, I think he really did leave. Oh. Then I notice a lump on the floor by the foot of my bed. My favorite fuzzy blanket is moving, and it's grumbling. Oh! Close it! Close the curtains right now, darling. It's offending my eyes. I blink, rubbing my eyes. The melodramatic poet monster from last night is nowhere to be found. In his place is a very grumpy, sleep-deprived-looking boy. Min? Are you okay? The blanket shifts, and he pokes his head out. I freeze. Last night, he was towering at least 7 feet of intimidating ghost. 7 feet! Now, he looks barely 5 feet tall, swallowed up by the fabric. That's so cute. You look smaller. Like, a lot smaller. I don't know what you're talking about. Now be a good little witness and close the curtains for me. You're lying. You're sensitive to the light, aren't you? It makes you shrink. It's a stylistic choice. I'm a minimalist now. I can't help it. After the life and death stakes of the night, seeing him like this is hilarious. I stand up, staggering slightly, and walk towards the window. Wait, what are you doing? Don't you dare! I grab the edge of the curtains and yank them wide open. No, you treacherous little brat! The sunlight pours in, and right before my eyes, Min shrivels like a salted slug. Oh! He lets out a high-pitched, indignant squawk as he vanishes into the folds of the blanket. I look down. The blanket is flat, but I hear a tiny, muffled voice coming from my shelf. Min? I look at the empty shelf. Tucked inside is a tiny, 6-inch tall version of Min. He's sitting there, looking absolutely furious. Look at how small you are!
I am going to haunt your dreams for 1,000 years. I'm going to make your milk go sour. I'm going to hide your car keys every single morning. Oh my god. You're pocket-sized. You're like a little angry action figure. I'm an infamous serial killer. I laugh, but I eventually take pity on him. I pull the curtain shut again, returning the room to a soft, dim twilight. Slowly, the tiny figure on the shelf begins to expand, flickering until he's back to his small but human 5-foot-ish height. Aww. He steps off the shelf, still covered in my blanket. Even at this size, he still has that smug, lopsided grin. He walks over to me, reaching out, and I feel the familiar chill as his hands cup my face.
Thank you, darling.
So, now that you've successfully bullied a ghost? What's for breakfast? His voice is so pretty. I smile, leaning my head back against the wall. It's going to be a very strange life, but I think I'm going to keep him. Welcome home, Min. I'm going to call you Minnie Mouse, and you're going to like it. Thank you for playing. We did it! We saved the city! And we adopted a ghost! Yay! Well, I think I somehow did get all the endings. We survived Min. Sometimes. That was really fun. That was really, really fun. I kind of like being rage-baited by fictional 2D characters. Final verdict, Your Honor, I hate him, but I'm going to keep him forever. As always, if you have an itch.io account, be sure to rate the games you really, really like and follow the developers. And also, if you would like to watch me play more amazing visual novels with questionable love interests, feel free to peruse around my channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, because that really does help out my channel. It helps other people find it, and it gets us closer to 100,000 subscribers. Well, that was lovely. That was absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.
Thank you, Dad.